Hello, welcome to your Ease and Release Grounding Flow. This 30-minute practice will help you release tension, cultivate ease, and feel grounded. Let's begin in a comfortable seated position, Sukhasana or easy pose. Rest one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. Close your eyes. Bring your awareness to your breath, inhaling through the nose, slowly exhaling through the mouth. Feel your sit bones rooting into the earth as your spine grows tall. Set an intention for this practice. I release what no longer serves me and welcome ease. Take a few deep breaths here, breathing in and out through the nose, releasing any tension with every exhale. Gently open your eyes. Let's begin with some dynamic movements to awaken the body and connect to our breath. Meet me in a tabletop position, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Come into a child's pose, knees wide, reach the hips back to the heels. Extend your arms forward and lower your forehead down to the mat, allowing your hips to sink low. Take a few breaths here. Inhale, lift yourself up to tabletop. Allow your hips to sink low and lift your chest, coming into up dog. Exhale, reach the hips back, going back into a child's pose. Keep moving forward and back, following your breath, flowing like a wave. Come back to tabletop and let's flow through cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift your neck and your chest, look forward. Exhale, round the spine, bring the chin to the chest. Repeat for a few cycles, following your breath. Come to tabletop and now let's get creative with the spine. Circle the hips, sway from side to side, or make figure 8 movements. Explore whatever feels good. Come to tabletop, and now let's thread the needle. Inhale, lift your right arm up. Exhale, slide it under your left shoulder, bringing the right ear and shoulder to the ground. Let's repeat 2 more times. Inhale, lift your arm up. Exhale. Final round. Inhale. Exhale and hold it here for a few breaths. Inhale, lift your right arm up. Exhale, come to tabletop and let's switch sides, lifting your left arm up and threading it under your right shoulder. Repeating 3 times and then holding pose for a few breaths. Come to tabletop. Tuck your toes and hover your knees just above the mat, engaging your core. Hold for a breath. Exhale, reach your hips back for downward facing dog. Now let's flow, lowering the knees down, just hovering above the mat, inhaling. Exhale, reach the hips back. Continue for 1 more round, following the breath. Come into tabletop. Step the left foot forward in between your hands, coming into low lunge. Lift yourself up. Sweep your arms forward, up, and back, creating big, slow circles. Repeat a few times. Switch direction of the circle. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, lower them down between your front foot. Shift your hips back into half splits, flexing your front foot. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to gently fold. Inhale to shift forward, coming into low lunge. Now we'll flow through low lunge to half splits. Exhale, reach back, extending the leg. Inhale to come forward. Reach back, exhale. Let's do that 1 more time. From low lunge, reach your left leg back. Coming into tabletop, let's switch sides. Step your right foot forward and lift your torso. Lift your arms up, inhale. Begin to make circles with your arms. Switch direction. Lower your hands in between your front foot. Shift your hips back and flex your front foot. Hold here for a few breaths. Let's begin to flow. Reach forward, bending the knee. Inhale. Exhale, reach back, extending the leg. flow for a few rounds, following the breath. Come to tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back for downward dog. Now let's add a flow. Shift your body weight forward, coming into plank pose. Reach the hips back, lifting them up for down dog. Step your hands back, coming into forward fold. Roll yourself up to mountain pose, lifting your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Step your hands forward, coming into plank pose. Lift the hips up and back for down dog. Reach the hands back, folding forward, and lift yourself up. Inhale. Let's flow one more time. Exhale, fold forward, stepping your hands forward into plank. Lift your hips up. Reach the hands back. Inhale to lift all the way up, arms up. Bring the palms together to touch at the heart. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, coming into ragdoll, grabbing opposite elbows. Feel free to sway from side to side or just hold it here. Drop your hands to the mat and walk them forward, coming into downward facing dog, lifting your hips up, bending your knees. Lower the knees down to the mat. Step your right foot forward in between your hands. Lift the left arm up, inhale. Look towards your fingers. Exhale, lower it down. Lift your right arm up, inhale. Tuck your back toe and lift your back leg up. Bring your heel down, parallel to the mat, and lift yourself up, sweeping your arms, bringing them parallel to the ground, coming into Warrior Two. Look towards your right fingers, bend into your right knee. Hold for a few breaths. Let's transition into side angle pose, resting your forearm on your thigh or bringing your hand on the floor. Lift your left arm up and look towards your fingers. Look down, straighten your right leg and lower your hand wherever you can reach. Keep looking up or look to the side of the room. Hold for a few breaths. Lower your left hand down, coming to face forward on your mat. Pivot your feet to be parallel to the ground. Come into a wide-legged forward fold, facing the long edge of your mat. You can bring your hands under your shoulders or grab the back of your feet, bending your elbows. Hold for a few breaths. Lift yourself up halfway, inhale. Let's switch to the other side. Come to face forward, bending your left knee and lower the back leg down on the mat. Inhale to lift your right arm up, twisting your torso, looking towards your fingers. Exhale, release your hand down. Switch to the other side, lift the left arm up, look up. Tuck the back toe, lift the back leg, lower the back heel down, and lift up into warrior two on the left side, bending the left knee, look to the left fingers. Feel strong and steady. Let's transition to side angle. Lower your forearm onto your thigh or bring the hand down on the mat, lifting the other arm. Look to the side or towards your fingers. Shift your gaze to look down, straighten your leg, and lower your hand wherever you can reach. Lower the right hand down, bend your left knee, shift your weight forward, tucking the back toe, and step the left leg back, lifting the hips for a downward facing dog. Let's transition into pigeon. Lift the left leg up and back, bend the knee, reach it towards your left elbow, lower it down on the ground. Slide your right leg back, extending it behind you, untucking your toe, pressing the top of your foot on the mat. Inhale, lift the chest. Option to stay here for an active stretch. Or exhale, fold forward, bringing the forearms on the mat, or stacking your hands and bringing the forehead on top of the hands. Stay here for a few breaths. Inhale, lift your torso up, press your hands on the mat. Tuck your back toe, lift the back leg up. Step the left leg back, lifting the hips up. Let's switch to the other side. Inhale, reach the right leg up and back. Exhale, bend the knee, reach it to the right elbow and lower it down on the mat. Reach the left leg back. Lift your chest, inhale. Exhale to fold forward to whatever option that suits you. Hold here for a few breaths. Inhale, lift your chest up. Drop your right hip to the ground and slide your left leg forward, extending both legs forward. Bring your feet together, soles together to touch, knees drop to the side. Hold your feet together with your hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward, rounding your spine. Inhale, lift yourself up. Cross your legs together. Let's transition to a twist. Inhale to lift your arms up, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the right. Bring your right hand behind you, left hand on your right thigh. Look behind your right shoulder. Look forward, come to the center. Inhale, lifting both arms up. Exhale, switch sides, twist to the left. Bring the left hand behind you, right hand on your left thigh. Look behind the left shoulder. Look forward, release both hands on top of your thighs. Extend the legs forward in front of you. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, bringing your hands on the shins or grabbing your feet. Inhale, lift yourself up and come to lie down on your back. Bend your knees, reach your feet back towards your buttocks. Keep the hands next to the hips. Inhale, lift the hips up, engage the glutes. Hold for a few breaths. Keep the knees facing forward at hip distance. Slowly drop your hips down to the mat. Bend the knees into the chest, wrap your arms around the knees. Feel free to sway from side to side or hold still. Let's transition to happy baby. Lift the legs up, keep the knees bent. Place your hands either under your thighs or grab onto the outer or inner edges of your feet and reach the knees back into the chest. Feel free to rock from side to side, releasing any tension in the lower back. Release your hands from your feet and bend your knees into your chest. Cross your right thigh over your left as if you're sitting cross-legged in a chair. Place your hands on your shins, ankles, or the outer edges of your feet, whatever feels best for you. Gently pull the legs towards your chest, feeling the stretch in the outer hip and glutes. Release the bind and let's switch sides. Cross the left leg over the right and grab onto your shins or whatever is comfortable, and stay for a few breaths. Gently release, bend the knees into the chest. Drop your feet down to the mat. If you have a wall next to you, feel free to set your legs up against the wall. Otherwise, lift your legs up, keeping the knees bent. Place the hands at your sides and take a few breaths here. Bend your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your knees. Drop down to your side on the ground. Take a moment here. Whenever you're ready, Come into Shavasana, final resting pose. Coming back to the center of the mat, lying down on your back, extending the legs wide, arms at your side, palms facing up. Close your eyes and let yourself completely release. There's nothing you need to do, just rest and breathe. Feel free to stay here if you have the time, or if you're ready to end the practice, bring awareness back to the body, wiggling the fingers and the toes. Move the head from one side to the other. Bring the legs together. Bend the knees into the chest. Roll to one side on the ground. Take a moment, and when you're ready, lift yourself up to a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart, bowing your head in gratitude for the time you've taken for yourself. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. May this feeling of ease and release stay with you. Namaste.